What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good. Before I get into the story, just want to say don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit like, and don't forget to comment. All right, so like I said in my last video, this one's going to be another story about inmate murder. That's his nickname. And like I said, I'm not going to say his real name. He was a level 5 inmate. He was up for 2 counts of murder, and we used to talk quite a bit. He was an interesting individual to talk to, and told me quite a few things, quite a few stories about about his life, stuff he got into. But anyway, this particular story, he told me one night when I was working new segregation, level 5. He basically started off the story kind of in a funny way because he kind of said, yeah, I mean, he was like, I didn't kill these motherfuckers, but I know who did. He was like, he kind of started off the story, kind of like it wasn't him, but then after he kind of got into the story, he like pretty much started spilling it, but he even told me at the time, like, man, this is all hearsay, like it ain't like they're gonna like, call me up and put me on, on the stand or something like that. And I'm sure by now his case has probably been decided. This was like back in like let me see, maybe like 2013, 2014, around there. So anyway, he started telling me that he had been incarcerated as a teen, and I think it was for attempted murder. And so he was incarcerated most of his teen life, till he was 18, and I think he got released around 18 or a little bit after 18. But basically, oh, real quick, I have some notes. Like, I'm just going off memory in all these newer videos. I'm not like writing it all down, but I do have some notes that I might peek at, if I kind of forget something. But anyway, I think he said when he got out, he started slanging, and he was from Tucson. He was from that area. I don't remember if he was originally from there, but that's where he mostly grew up. And I believe he said he claimed blood. Not that really has anything to do with the story, but just a little bit more info about him. And like I said before, he was maybe like in his mid to late 20s, probably like mid 20s. Young black male. He was about 5'9", 5'10". Pretty good sized dude. He wasn't like huge, but he was a pretty good sized dude. Anyway, he said when he got out, he started slinging, and then he got busted for that. He did I think maybe a couple of years for that, for slinging, and then when he got out, he was maybe like, I think he said about 22, 23, and he said one of like, I think he'd been out only like a few months, and he said what happened was he was he didn't have a car or nothing because he was fresh out, so he was walking down to one of the grocery stores down there in Tucson. I don't remember which one, but he said he was about to walk in the store, and he said a couple of young black brothers came walking out, and he said they looked like gangsters too, like they were probably might have been slanging too or whatever. But he said they come walking out, and they kind of bumped into him as he was about to walk in. And he said he tried to be cool about it, because he wasn't trying to go back right away, And so he said he was like, oh, excuse me, my bad. And he said right away, they both kind of looked at him kind of crazy. It was like, and of course I'm not going to say the N word. I'm going to substitute the word ninja. So if you don't like ninjas, then don't watch the fucking video. So anyway, they were like, F you, ninja, or whatever. They were like, the fuck is wrong with you, like, start tripping on him. And he was like, "Yo," he's like, "My bad, man. I ain't trying to trip, man. I'm just trying to go up in here in the store and get some stuff, and I guess they were like they just I don't know wanted to start shit with him or something, and basically they were like called him old head or something like that because to them he was an older dude. He was like maybe 24, and they were like he said they were probably like about maybe 17, 18, probably still in high school. And so they were like, fuck you, old head, so now like we run these streets. Basically, they told him, like they told him you've been locked up or whatever. So I think he said they either recognized him or they knew somehow they knew that he had just gotten out. So maybe word in the streets, or something. But he told him basically like you've been locked. They told him basically like you've been locked up. We run these streets, something like that. And he said he still was trying to be cool with them, and then he said one of them pulled up his shirt and showed a gun, and so right there he said, man, like he said, I knew I was in trouble right there. I needed to do something quick. So he said the one that showed the gun was standing a little bit closer to him. So he said just in a split second like that, he decided he punched the one that was holding the gun, and he went down. And so he took off running. As soon as he hit the dude, he took off running. And he said homeboy jumped up pretty quick and pulled his gun and shot at him a few times, like he said maybe like 2 or 3 times. But he missed, So he got away. But pretty much right then he decided I'm gonna find out who these fools are, and I'm gonna get them back, So, but he said he wasn't thinking about doing nothing too crazy, just maybe like putting a little beating on them, teaching them a lesson or something. So anyway, he said maybe like 2 3 weeks went by, and he didn't run into him. He said he found out who they were, and yeah, they were some young gangsters, and I don't remember if he said like what they claimed or whatever, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But he said one day he happened to he was looking for a new weed man. He needed to get some smoke. So I don't remember how he said he heard of this guy or somebody told him like he could get some from this guy, and so he goes to this dude's place, and I guess the dude was like had heard who he was, knew he just got out and stuff. So he wasn't worried about him being a snitch or, something like that. Because obviously somebody back then, that sold weed, it was still illegal in Arizona. So, usually dudes like that are pretty suspicious of, new customers, But anyway, he said he went to the dude's place, and, the dude was like, yeah, come in and we'll get you hooked up, And so, he told dude, what he wanted. Dude told him how much it was, and like most dudes that do that, that slang like that, um, it's pretty much common knowledge. Like if you're like usually if you're a weed man and you sell weed, like they pretty much expect you to smoke a little with them. It's just kind of like the rule. I don't know if it's just to prove that you're not a cop or just like them just wanting to smoke a little bit of their own supply on your dollar. But anyway, so he said to this day when he told me the story, he goes, I don't know if it was a setup or what, because he said he thinks the dude, like after they smoked some, he said a dude like started texting, and then he said like he just something kind of told him like I don't know who this dude's texting, but he was acting kind of funny, right? So he said maybe like about 15 minutes into it, he said he was feeling pretty damn high. So they smoked like a pretty good amount, and he said he remembered thinking like, damn man, I shouldn't have smoked so much. It's been a long time, And so he said he heard a knock at the door. And he said, dude was like, hold up, I'll be right back. So I guess dude went and got the door, and he said he was like, like I don't know, like he said his spidey sense was tingling or something, but he was like, just kind of, thinking like, maybe something's up. So he said the next thing he knows, one of them young brothers that I think he said it was the one that had pulled the gun on him, comes walking through the door and walks to the room where they were smoking and was like, "What's up, Ninja? You didn't think I was gonna catch up with you, did you?" And then he said he was just like, "Oh shit!" Like he was thinking like, "How the fuck am I gonna get out of this?" Because he said, dude already had the gun out and like locked and loaded, and so he was like, "Man, I'm already fucked up because dude's already got it locked and loaded, and I'm sitting down." And high as fuck. He said he was really thinking, "Dan, like, damn, I wish I wouldn't have smoked so much," because he said his brain was working slow, and like he was like, didn't know what the fuck he was about to do. So, I guess he said his brain was still working all right because the first thing that he thought of was the water bong that they had been smoking out of. I think most people know what a water bong is. It's like probably about, he said it was maybe about like a foot tall one, and it's got the body that's, like holds the water, and then the little thing where you put the smoke. Anyways, he said the first thing he thought of was like, to throw that at him and then just run and jump out the window or something, right? So he said he played it off and told homeboy like, "Man, let me take one more hit of this right quick," or something like that, right? So he said he just like reached for it real fast and he threw it at him, and he said, dude like kind of ducked to the side and it hit the wall like on the door, like where the door opening is right next to him, and he said he just like sprung up and ran and dove out the window. Yeah, I guess luckily the window was open because I don't remember him saying it was like he busted through it or anything, so I guess it must have been open. So I think he said homeboy shot at him again as he flew out the window. He said, I'm pretty sure he said he heard another shot. So right then he said he decided, it's going to be more than an ass whoop. And this dude, has shot at me, twice now, so he said he decided right there homeboy needed to be dealt with, So, he said he started, asking around and stuff, and he got a hold of what he needed to get a hold of, and basically he said he got a hold of a Glock 19, and he said it had the high capacity magazines. I think it holds like 15 in the magazine and one in the chamber, and so anyway. He said he waited a little bit, and like I said before, he had kind of found out who these dudes were from one of his little young cousins or something, So he said he started, like kind of like trying to find out where these dudes ran and like where he could meet up with them at or whatever, like where he could catch up with them. So he said he happened to hear like his chance. He happened to hear that there was going to be like this big high school desert party, and he was saying they have those a lot out there in Tucson, and so he said he found out through probably his little cousin that's that they were going to be there, so he pretty much decided right then that's where he was going to try to do it. So he said a couple of weeks went by, and then the night came, and I don't remember how the hell he said he got out there, but I mean that obviously ain't important. But anyway, he said, he went out there to where the desert party was at, but he parked like off to the side of the road, like in a little area, like behind some bushes or something, or whatever you call them things out there, they're like desert bushes or whatever. And then he said he walked like maybe like another like 100 yards or so, and it was at night. It was already at night, and so he said he kind of like walked around just like around the edge of the party, just like looking around, and he said it was like it was still kind of early, like I think he said it might have been like about, I don't know, like 9:30 or 10 or something. So he said it wasn't like a lot of people there yet, but so like he said he was like looking around to see if he seen them dudes, and he said he seen them, he spotted them. So he said he found himself a nice little area to hide and just kind of keep watch. And so I think he said it was maybe about an hour, later, like maybe about an hour and a half later. Um, he said, finally, one of them, the one that had tried to shoot him, he said started walking off like he was going to go take a leak. He walked off by himself away from the party. So he said he followed him, and like kind of like on the outskirts of where everybody was parked. Because I don't remember if I mentioned it, but he said it was just a bunch of cars parked, and I think he said they had like a couple of kegs of beer. They might have even had a bonfire, I think he said. And so anyway, he followed dude around the outskirts, like kind of just looking to see where he was gonna go take a leak. So he said when dude finally got away from everybody and found an area to go piss, said he snuck up on homeboy, and I think he said he'd already locked and loaded, and he kind of changed his story again. He goes, man, he goes, it wasn't me, but all I know is whoever did do it snuck up on homeboy and unloaded all 15 rounds in his ass. Pow, 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 pow. He said all 15 rounds, the whole clip, unloaded in him, and then got the fuck out of there. But like he said, said it wasn't him, but he said he knew who did it. So, but yeah, it was pretty crazy story, that he told me, and like I said, I don't know what's going on with this case or whatever, but like I said, this is just hearsay. It was a story that he told me that said it wasn't him, said it was somebody else. But anyways, it was an interesting story, and that's it for now. Hope people enjoyed the story, and don't forget to hit like. That's it for now. Your homeboy Big Cisco. Peace.